Welcome to Nkanizatu, the pod that tells indigenous stories every day, the platform that tells you what's good and what's odd for young people and elderly alike in the areas of art, history, and culture preservation. And now your host, Rinah Kasongo.
Hello, welcome to Nkanizatu, the podcast that seeks to tell indigenous stories every day. I am back again with one of your favorite storytellers, or about to be your favorite storytellers. Here is why. See, these guys entertain not just adults, they entertain children, okay? And on Nkanizatu, this is what we do. I bring you storytellers, I bring artists, we bring authors, cultural experts and enthusiasts, and so many more. This episode is one interesting one because it is not just for adults, it is something that children can relate to. Today, I am sitting with the one and only Leon as well as Logic, all the way from Botswana. Okay? This is why it is very exciting. You are welcome.
Thank you very much for hosting us. My name is Oaheim Logic Lemochan, and I'm the producer and creator of Makepe Tales. I'm with Leon Sekate, all the way from Botswana, and we're the creators of Makepe Tales.
Yes. You know this thing of in Botswana? Why do you guys do that?
So to some extent, sounds like Africa's you know. These are our names.
It's what language is that?
It's Tswana.
Tswana.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
Yeah. Yeah. And it's an interesting language because it's so unique, and we love it.
I'm liking it already. Yeah. I've just heard it on TV, but being up close with the is something that is very interesting for me. Very new.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys doing in Zambia for starters?
In Zambia, we are invited by Sotambe, that is a Zambian International Film Festival, to come and showcase our work. This time around, we came with animation, 2D animation that is Makepe Tales, and we were nominated to showcase our film. And indeed, we came and showcased our film. And it turns out that it became one of the favorite films in Sotambe. And here we are. And we brought Makepe live.
You know,
you can see.
This is going to be hard. This is going to be very hard having to have this conversation because
Makepe naturally is troublesome.
So
you won't rest.
So this costume is Makepe, yeah?
Yeah, it's Makepe.
Okay.
Makepe is the main character. The animation series has about around 11 characters, and Makepe is the main character, followed by the grandfather and the sister.
So tell me a little bit more. What is Makepe about?
Makepe is about the young African boy who thinks that his modern ways, are super when you compare them to the olden ways. Like he's always trying to prove his grandfather that no, what you're doing is old-fashioned, it's wrong. Let's go with the fashion. Let's go with the modern things. And the more he does so, the more he fails. And then from there, we can say, no, grandfather, but you are right. The unique way of, we try to do it this way. Instead of making it like ordinary storytelling, we resorted to adopting the traditional way of telling stories, that is folk tales. Like every time when you start a story, you say, no, long time ago, in this village, Matimpole village, a rural village, there was a young boy, Makepe, blah, 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 you can feel like that. And then from there, we see the action. Yes. And when you started, it was hard. But when you finished the first episode, now.
So it's a series, eh?
Yes,
okay.
It's a series. We managed to make 39 stories, each running for 8 minutes. We managed to complete the whole season. And as we speak, we're working on season 1. And the interesting part is that we did it in Setswana, our native language. And now we want to take it and do it into different languages. We learned a little bit of Bemba. So
are we going to have Makepe in Bemba, maybe?
Yeah.
Really?
This December we'll start in production right here, doing the Bemba version. So We want Zambia to enjoy our stories in their own native language instead of putting English subtitles and all that, like, because also we are sick and tired of watching Hollywood movies, foreign people telling us our stories and, telling us how we should tell our stories. So we should tell our own stories the African way.
Mm.
Yeah, because we want it to be authentic. Like, we don't want to dilute it.
Yeah, true.
Yes,
So
yes.
what's your role on this Makepe series?
I am the producer. Okay, I prefer to call myself the creator because I did almost all the work. Uh, I came with the concept, I developed it, and then from there I did the storyboarding, I did the script writing, and then I did the actual drawings. So I was drawing. Maybe you can give me a piece of paper, then I draw you live on set.
Okay. You're an
So
artist like that. Like you sketch
yes,
things.
yes. So, but we do. I don't draw on a paper. I draw on a digital tablet. Yeah. After drawing, then drawing is part of animation. Then we record those voices. That's where Leon came in, doing the sound recording, music. We were working together, but that's where he masters the most. Yeah. And then after that, we compiled everything, and then video editing, sound scoring, and everything, and yeah.
How did you what made you pick the character of Makepe being a mischievous and curious boy?
As a boy, as a young boy, even him,
Mm.
almost every boy is not at those ages when we were young. So I just copied my character when I was still a young boy. And I said, nah, I was always troublesome. Let me just try to portray myself in this. And but I told you I was portraying almost all the boys from the rural areas, when we were still.
So it's safe to say that every man was a Makepe at some point,
Yeah. Everyone was a Makepe. And there's also the other character, Bonolo. So every woman or every girl is Bonolo. Um, they are troublesome in their special way. So I can't say much about ladies. I have to respect them.
Okay.
Yes.
So then, because I'm yet to watch Makepe, I've just seen clips here and there. How does the series explore the aspect of curiosity and learning from one's mistake?
Uh-huh. We have 39 stories in season one. So each story has its own moral lesson of some sort. So how can I explain it? It's different. It's different from one episode to the last episode. You'll never know what will happen next. So by the time you see 30 minutes of my gap, 30 seconds of my gap, you'll be saying, okay, what will happen next? And then 2 minutes, you'll be, oh, okay, I think this is going to happen. And then obviously, plot twist. We twist everything and say, okay. And then when it's done, you say, oh, okay, this was interesting. Um, you never know what will happen. But for sure, you'll know that my gap is going to cause trouble.
Okay.
Whether it's going to win or lose, you'll never know that. At the end, you say, what my gap? How are you doing that, my gap? And next episode, they will surprise you with another different thing altogether. Yeah.
Why I'm asking is because because this is mainly children's content,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So you're trying to teach something.
Yes,
Is it
yes,
that
yes.
in each episode do you include an aspect of a child having to pick something like an important
Yes,
lesson? And what are
yes,
some of
yes.
those lessons?
Mhm.
Like maybe what happened in episode 3 or episode 5 that you can recall and say, this is what happened. Describe that for me. I would like to know.
Like, for example, episode one, can kill two birds with one stone. My cafe decided there was this other lady called Mabunyarile. She was cooking turkey, and the other lady, the other man, the traditional doctor was cooking chicken. So my cafe wanted to eat all the two meals. But instead of maybe settling in one area and eating that chicken, he was moving up and down. When it was time for eating, that side, he wasn't around. So they ate, then they finished the food. When he went to the other side, they also finished eating. So because he wanted to achieve two things at the same time, because he was greedy, he couldn't They couldn't even benefit from eating the first one or the second one. Being greedy is not the right thing. That's the moral story.
Okay.
And then you can go on and on and on and on. The other one, Makepe was making fun of was pranking his grandfather. Say, no, hyenas are attacking, no, thieves are attacking. And when the real thieves were attacking, his grandfather didn't believe him. So he was left there and then he lost all the livestock. Don't prank your parents. That's the moral story.
Okay.
I can go on and on and on and on, yeah. But the interesting thing is that you can even pick it. You can just make you can pick the moral of the story, like maybe describe it in 1 or 2 lines. You know? It's nothing long, something short, because each episode runs for 8 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
Only 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Why being stingy? Why not 30 minutes or an hour?
No, what you did, because mostly kids, their concentration level is not like the one for it's not like the one for adults. So they concentrate for short time. So 8 minutes is part one. And then from there, from 8 minutes to about 16 minutes is part two. Then from there, 16 minutes to 23:30 is part three. So the reason why we're doing that is because we want to give them a break in between, so that they cannot concentrate for 24 minutes. They will end up, kicking television, doing something that is weird. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And where is on which platforms do the series run?
Makepe was on this video on demand platform, Now TV, in Botswana. And before I forget, we were nominated in several film festivals.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but we chose to come to Zambia because we were nominated in Pennsylvania, then New York, the United States of America, then Ireland, that is UK, then Kenya, and then finally Zambia. So when
It's not just in Africa where you guys have been nominated, eh?
yes.
Makepe, you're causing trouble in other countries. Eh? Good trouble because they're knowing about your mischievous ways.
Yes. And the reason why we chose to come to Zambia is because this is Africa. We feel at home when we're in Africa than going outside. That's why we came.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
And then so then it has been appearing at different film festivals or just Sotambe where people get to watch.
Yeah, it appeared on only 2 festivals because the other ones we didn't manage to go there. We had our aim, the reason why we came to Sotambe is because we want to develop this thing to be playing somewhere. We don't know, it's playing somewhere in Zambia, in local language. That's why we came here.
I'm looking forward to Makepe Bemba version. I am really looking forward to it.
yeah. And we never rest until until we get it. But it's not easy to make animation.
And I want you to tell me more about that. Like, what challenges do you face as an animator?
Yeah, it's not easy because they treat animation like video, but there are 2 different things. After script writing, there's a lot of work involved. Storyboarding, talent scouting. After you talent scout for the voices, after you record those voices, if I want to show an emotion, I have to draw that emotion. I cannot say no, do it, and then that's the end of it. No. I have to draw it. And like, if you're talking about PAL, I think in Zambia we're using PAL version, which is it's 25 minutes 25 frames per second. So it means in animation I have to draw 25 frames per second. So if I'm making 2 minutes, I have to draw 25 frames times how many times? That's a lot.
I don't even know that math.
25 times 60 times 2. So it's a lot of work, and it's costly to make animation. But once you get it and make a finished version, my friend, you start smiling.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the costly part of animations? Because I also know that you guys that do a lot of illustrations. When I give you something to do this for me, you give me a lot of money of how much I have to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Why exactly is this expensive?
It's expensive because you're going to draw a lot. There's a lot of drawing involved. Like when you're doing animation, from storyboarding, from there you do the actual animation. That is, you're going to make, let's say, for example, like for Makepe, we're drawing in twos. Drawing in twos means instead of drawing each and every frame, for a second, we only draw 13 drawings. So it means if you're going to draw 13 drawings, my friend, I'm not just going to make rough drawings. I have to make something that is appealing to the audience. So if I'm going to take, let me say, 30 minutes per drawing, it means I have to take, like for example, when you're doing Makepe, we're making a maximum of 2 minutes per day to do the animation. So imagine working the whole day, 8 hours, and then you come up with 2 minutes. And then from everything that you see on the animation, you don't take pictures, you draw. Even the backgrounds, you draw. The special effects. It's a lot of work. And even the computers that we use, because now you have to render. You don't just use any computer.
You just can't use any.
No. Like the computer that you're using now. Hey.
Someone must have sold a kidney
Yeah.
in order to to purchase that.
Yeah. And on top of that, there's 2D animation and 3D animation. We do both, but because of the work that is involved, we resorted to doing 2D animation instead of 3D animation. It's a little bit fast, 2D animation, and you can express yourself more in 2D animation than in 3D.
Okay.
So, yeah.
In the story of Makepe, because Makepe has a relationship with the grandfather, right?
Yeah.
So how do you bring in the aspect of highlighting the importance of intergenerational relationships?
The way we're doing it, because, well, sorry, let me take the water.
Sure, go ahead. So for the people that are not watching, Makepe is also taking his water. Makepe is wearing a costume and he's been making very funny gestures.
You'll never rest. You know what? At first, it was hard to execute and reveal the relationship between Makepe and the grandfather. We had to rewrite the script so that we can show the importance of having relationships with our parents, our siblings, members of the society, and even our grandparents. So I had to sit down, look at Makepe, and then have to cross out some of the naughty behaviors, or what can I say? Yeah, naughty behaviors that made him to like abscond more. So that if you make a character to abscond more, you are making the channel to copy same character. So I have to be careful not to derail from prevailing to or showing that message, that good message of morality, making mistakes and then learning from your mistakes. Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
That was it. It wasn't, but you had to unfold it in order to suit what you had illustrated, as well as the story. Is it the storyboard?
Yes. No. First, you have to write the script. And then from that script, we edited it. After editing it, that's when we moved into making the storyboards. And then from the storyboard, the actual animation. And
was it a deliberate decision for you to have to pick a grandfather and not mommy or daddy or auntie?
Yes.
What did you have in mind when you put in grandpa? I'm
Because
failing to get his name right. Is it
Rakina?
I'm not even going to try.
Rakina. Yes. Like rice, Mr. Rakina. Yes. So the reason why I was doing that is because mostly in rural places like villages, settlements, our parents go to the city and work, and then they leave behind their children with the grandparents. So in the past, we used to sit around the campfire, and then our grandparents and parents will start telling us folk tales. We listen, telling us stories of the giants, all the like. But now, because we are in 2023, 2022, those things are bit by bit. They are getting extinct. We are forgetting about those things. We are getting glued to our phones, Twitter, everything. We're forgetting our past. So the reason why I was depicting that, I wanted something that can be closer to you, something that can relate well to you. So, oh, okay. I like listening to stories from my grandmother or my grandfather.
Yeah, it's relatable actually.
Yes, yes. I didn't want to set boundaries, say, no, this is a Botswana story. No, this is a Zambian story. No, no, no. This is an African story. Yes. That's why we chose to make that relationship. Parents, Makepe has his sister, Bonolo. Bonolo is more disciplined when you compare him to Makepe. And Makepe is always causing trouble. Bonolo is trying by all means to say, no, 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 don't do that, Makepe, because this will lead you to trouble, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the grandfather, even though he's trying to reprove Makepe by showing him the correct ways, at some point, he leaves him to do those things because he know that even when he was a boy, he went through that part. Yes, yes.
I really like that you had to select a relatable situation of someone growing up with their grandpa. Because even me, that's relatable. I grew up with my grandparents.
Uh-huh.
So even as I would be watching Makepe, it's where I'm like, oh yeah, these are things that happen. Sometimes we think grandpa is just being a grumpy old man and
Yeah.
I have to just do what I think is best because I'm young. I have a
Yeah.
fresh mind. He has an old mind. I'm not in no way am I insulting grandpa, but there is that kind of thinking sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I relate to that. And then now, how do you highlight the aspect of the consequences of one's actions? Because Makepe is very troublesome, you know?
Yeah.
How do you get to bring out that aspect of teaching the audience, so highlighting to the audience to say there's a consequence to every action? Yeah.
After every episode, Makepe will be doing all this sort of nonsense, causing trouble and everything. But at the end of each episode, Makepe is the one who is passing out that message. Maybe he'll be crying, saying, no, Grandpa will never do it. And then the grandpa will say, why are you not doing it? Why would you not do it again? And he said, no, I'm not going to do it because of 1, 2, 3. As he does so, he's stating out the factors that why he can do that nonsense again. I'm sorry to use that word.
Okay.
Yes. The reason why we wanted Makepe to say so, to be the one saying that, is because we know that kids will love Makepe more than the grandfather. So if it comes from his mouth, him saying that message, it will have more impact than when the grandfather or the sister is saying it. Yes.
What is the fun part of it? Because I know you always have an important thing to it. Like here, we're highlighting the aspect of culture and tradition in our African storytelling. But also, how do you make it very relatable and fun for your audience? What things do you incorporate in making this animation?
Makepe is full of African music, native music, not this modern mixed music.
Oh.
Yeah, like I don't know how to
I would have
explain
to
it.
listen
Like
to it
even
to
when you
get it.
listen to it, you say, "Oh, okay, this is African." Even if you cannot tell, you cannot hear the language, you can tell that no, this is African, because we try by all means to restrain from using modern instruments, using these modern songs and compositions. We dig deep, researched about our songs. Like there are songs where traditional songs. I don't know what you call them here, but from our side, we call them buhwera.
What does that entail?
Where gentlemen go to the initiation schools and then they sing those chants, those songs and everything. If in Makepe, we have those.
Okay.
Yeah. And maybe when you come this side, we have to make that research, check those traditional Demba songs, and then we record them live. Because we want this to be authentic. 1,000,000% authentic. We don't want any modern sound in there. So that traditional aspect, even the traditional dances that we put, Makepe is a dancer, a good dancer.
Oh,
So
Makepe, do you dance?
yeah. So he was making the traditional moves right on site. Yes.
So that is the fun part of like we are making a story relatable, but you're also showing the culture and tradition of
Yes.
the
yes,
place.
Yes.
I find that very interesting.
Uh-huh.
So is that where Leon is the one that does the sound
Music,
designing?
Yes, yes. Because from my side, I also help him But you know what? I can do all the work. He has to work. If you say, no, Mr. Producer, play the guitar for me. I want this too. Then I'll take the guitar. So, oh, okay, okay.
Now I'm curious, how does that process of incorporating music come? Do you get to have an actual guitar, or these are just sounds you download from the
No,
internet?
no, no, no. Downloading X. We don't use anything that is downloaded.
Everything is created.
Yes, yes. Like if there was a guitar here, I was going to do a live, etc. A live demonstration. We play them live, starting from the hand drums, the djembes. Play them live. You play them on your head. So no, I want something like. Then from there, you just go into the studio and make them, playing them live.
You know, with what you've just said, I now can fully say it.
Yeah.
You're not a lazy producer.
No, no.
Because why I say this is because I've encountered a number of not just encountered, but
Yes.
usually when you're creating something, sometimes people just download things and then they incorporate it. Say I'm looking for an African jam, but I think with what you're telling me, I can confidently say you're not one of those lazy
Nah,
creators.
not lazy.
Not lazy at all.
That's why I'm slim.
Why? Because you work a lot.
Because I work a lot.
Leon is not slim, so and you work. Oh, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
like when you enter our studio, every percussion that you may think of is there. The djembe, I don't know what to call it this side. The djembe, the what do you call it? The kalimba. What do you call it?
But it's a music instrument.
Yes, music instrument.
Those Zambi, I mean African.
Uh-huh. Bira.
Bira.
Yeah, and then we play it. I play the hand drums and the guitar. He plays the keys and he does most of the producing, like music recording, mixing, mastering. Yes.
Now in Botswana, whenever I think of Botswana, I think of the scenario of the gods must be crazy, where
No.
people are dressed in those outfits, and then the behind is just showing as it is. Do we have those scenes in Makepe as well?
No. You know what? The reason why I was saying we were invited in UK and we didn't want to go there is because I want us to tell our own stories. I don't want anyone outside Africa to tell the African story, because by so doing they distort and they distort. They don't talk. They don't represent us well. So those guys that you're talking about the Khoisan. It's a certain tribe from the Kalahari, from the Khansi region, and as we speak, they're not like that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's only when we do the dances, cultural festivals. That's when they put on these things. And,
for some time I would even think that people in Botswana just have that outfit. Like
No.
it's the ultimate, national uniform.
Yeah. And it's because the power of media. They will build this picture, this wrong picture, and then you will grow up knowing that no, this is how people do in Botswana, this is how they appear, this is how. But no. Even last month we were there at the Khansi region. We were recording authentic music because we were working on another project. So we went there and then we met old ladies, like with wrinkles. They couldn't even walk.
Oh,
And then they were doing,
how did they get there if they couldn't walk?
we found them there, like,
I get you.
yeah. And we're there. When we enter that place, man, we're in a different planet. In Botswana, but we're in a different planet. The way they were singing, I could just tell that no, we were going to make something very interesting. I thought I knew what they were doing, but the moment they started it, my friend,
It was just
it was something
mind blowing.
else. Yeah, it was something else. And when they sing and all the like, after that, someone get possessed, spirits, everything. And those ones will continue singing and clapping. And we were there recording, and we were like, oh, okay. And because we got it first hand, we take the feeling that we had from that encounter and then put it into animation. That's how we do it.
So just a moment there.
Yes.
You took some old ladies' voices and you incorporated them in Makepe.
Season 2 of Makepe.
Wow.
Because season 1 we did it alone. But
It's a very diverse combination of talent, eh?
yeah, Makepe will go even up to season 20. We even come to Zambia and go to and visit those old ladies, the Bemba ladies, and if there's any other ethnic group also, we visit them. That's how we do it. Because we want
How did you even know about those ladies?
our friend, the other friend, is not here. When he was just passing from Namibia, and then he saw them by the roadside and said, "Oh, okay, my friend can do it." Referring to me, no, logic can make use of these ladies. And when we went to the city, when we arrived at the city, he told me that no, these are the ladies that I found. Showing me the pictures and small snippets. He said, "No, we'll find it. One day we'll go there." We organized everything and then we went there, and it was epic, my friend. Epic.
The way you're describing, I can only imagine. I can really only imagine.
Yeah, but for in order for you to bring something that is good, you have to feel it. You have to say it, feel it, even inside you. You have to feel it, and that's when you can make good animation. If you don't feel it,
How do you envision the Makepe Tales promoting or preserving culture and heritage, Botswana and African cultural heritage?
Makepe from A to Z, everything that we have used there is African, is Botswana. Starting from the language, the setting, the music. The reason why we did that is because we want to promote our culture. So we want to take our Botswana to the world. We want to take Bemba now to the world. Yes. Real like that. We don't want it to be edited by someone who's coming from outside. I think I answered you.
Yes.
Yes.
Even just with the way you are explaining, I just wanted you to shed more light to say, is it just something that happens because you're curious to find this talent, or everything is intentional? You incorporating these voices into the Makepe Tales, you're trying to preserve something that's young people can connect to say, this is our culture, this is ours.
Yes.
And you've answered my question very well.
Surprisingly, after we released our first episode, the audience now, they were telling us what to do. They were like, no, we want this Makepe to be like this. Like they'll read their comments. We spend the whole day reading their comments. I said, no, this one is making no sense. This one is making sense. And then from there, they will even give us the places to visit. They'll say, no, there's this Doboshawa. Doboshawa is a cultural village where they sing to the gods, pray for rain and all that. Like. And then we'll just note it down. Say, no, Mr. Produce, this. And then from there, we'll go there. And the more we told Botswana, we are surprised. We thought we know everything, but no. We are
But also
surprised.
in the filmmaking process, you're also learning something more
Yes.
deeper about your country.
Yes. And now it made us to dish the what? The Italian, the European what costumes. Well, everywhere we go, we try by all means to be African, to be simple, because you want to blend well with people. Because my friend, if I for example, if I come here and then you come, for example, coming with a Range Rover, whatever, people will say, nah, this one is rich. You can talk to this one, because they will treat me otherwise. But if I come and then we blend in with them, they will tell us everything.
Yeah.
They will even tell us to eat cassava. And we eat cassava. They will tell us to eat in Shima. We go there and eat in Shima. And by so doing, we pick stories. And we never stop learning. We never stop writing. We never stop gathering information. Because I don't want to represent another African wrongly, like, I think you understand.
I get what you mean, yes. I
Yes.
get what you mean. You were talking about feedback that you received on the social media one. But I want to find out, because I believe the initial audience are children, right?
Yeah.
What feedback have you received from children or mothers on behalf of their children?
When we started, we thought Makepe, the target audience was children, but it turned out the other way around. Now Makepe is not for children; it's for the whole family. Yeah. And people will be calling us saying, no, I can't use my phone because my son or my daughter wants to see Makepe. So no, if they want to see Makepe, they have to pay. They have to subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was nice because, when you hit that key that you are longing for, from us as producers, you feel relieved that, okay, now I've done my work. People are enjoying. I wanted maybe 1 million people to watch this, or I wanted 1, 2, 3 to watch this. But if they are watching and they're enjoying it and they're giving me positive feedback, it's a blessing. Yeah, you can rest now, you can smile, you can sleep.
So which platform was that again where people were watching?
They were playing. Oh, you have a Facebook page, but there we not put all the episodes because Facebook doesn't pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just put the promotional video there. But it was playing on Now TV. Now TV is a local TV station, video on demand, online streaming platform. But the contract came to an end. So at the moment, we are still in negotiations. Even Zambia, we should hook us.
Yeah. I believe Martina and the Sotambe taught you a number of things about distribution. So I think you should have strategies in place as we speak on how you're going to spread Makepe across Africa.
Mhm.
Yeah, which is really...
Because even in Kenya, they showed interest. Zimbabwe, they showed interest. You know what? When I was young, we were watching this, I'm sorry to mention the name, but Tom and Jerry and all that. Right? So we want Makepe Tales to be our own Tom and Jerry. And it's going to be like that.
Yeah. I now get what you're trying to say here.
Yes.
Because Tom and Jerry is such a household name, and people relate to it so well.
Yes.
Yeah. So I see the vision of Makepe.
Yeah. Mm.
You talked of challenges about the illustration process being a very, very tedious and long process.
Yes.
Other than that, what challenges do you encounter on the Makepe project?
You know what? Makepe animation was the first animation to be done in this country.
The first?
The first, yeah. So imagine being the first production house to make that.
What year was that?
It was in we started production in 2010, and Makepe failed 3 times. And the first to be released was in 2017. Yeah. And it was the first animation series to be produced in this one.
Wow.
So we are not learning from anyone. We're doing trial and error. We try this, we fail, we try this, we fail. There's no one to help us. And we are self-funding the project. It was difficult. At some point, even the voice artists we were using, they had to quit. And then they quit while we were doing episode 8. We can't just make the last episode with a different artist. We have to start afresh. It was hectic.
You've mentioned failure. What exactly do you mean by Makepe failed 3 times?
Yeah, failing meaning we started. And when we were just about to finish the first episode, the artists, because they wanted money, and we were just there working day in, day out, without nothing, without payment, they quit. When they quit, we do what? We start afresh. For the second time we started. I drew it. When we were just about to finish the first episode, I looked at it and said, no. The quality is okay, but as the producer, I felt, no. This quality is not what I want, because I wanted something that will compete with the rest of the world. So I had to dish out everything and then start again. That was for the second time. The third time, when we finished, I was done with all these illustrations, the drawings and everything. The voice artist now, instead of taking the amount that we agreed on, they increased the prices. Because someone told them that, no, this is $1 million project, you have to request this much. Mind you, I didn't have any money. So I had to say, thank you guys, thank you. You tried, let's part ways. We parted ways and then we started afresh again. That's when we managed to finish the whole season. And
here we are.
Yes.
Still pushing.
Yeah, it's pushing now.
Still succeeding, failing, learning, and all that.
It's pushing now. It's pushing. It's pushing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have to introduce it now. It's introducing
itself.
Yeah.
What is the mindset of people in Botswana in regards to local content?
Just like in African country, mostly they respect something that is coming from outside. Like, I'm sorry to say this, but when I approached, I won't mention names, But when I approached the local television station and said, no, I have the production here. Can you play it? They were like, no, you are the only production company that is producing animation. So can you just pick you like that? That is 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. It's like, guys, if I'm the only one who's making animation, why can't you just pick production? Maybe if another company can do it, we'll see what to do. Yeah, man. I was in pain. And then from there, in 2019, there was a new online streaming platform. Those guys took Makepe, and when they played it, it did wonders, my friend. It was number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which platform was that?
You pick TV.
Okay.
Yeah, it was number one. And and you know what? When you can just, that time when you are leaving, you can say, okay, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Now it's happening. People started to realize that Makepe now is powerful. We started being nominated in Kenya, UK, in Pennsylvania, in even South Africa. We were in South Africa in January. So then that's when locals and the local Makepe realized that, okay, there's potential in this project. And other production houses started following us, mentoring them, teaching them that, no, this is how animation is done. And yeah,
Here we are.
they respect something outside Africa than respecting what is theirs. And
So it even starts with the distribution platforms themselves. Like they would prefer content from elsewhere rather than locally.
and it's paining. It's so sad.
I believe you're slowly changing that mindset.
Yeah, we're trying, but as long as we respect Hollywood and Netflix and all the like, it's going to be hard for us to change. Because some people, their dream is to take their work into Netflix, into Hollywood and all the like. I don't want that. I want us to make our own Hollywood. I don't know how we call it in Africa, but something big from Africa, done by Africans. Yes.
Yes. How do you say yes in your country? Is it
A.
yeah? It's A.
Yes.
A.
A.
I agree with you. A. All right, Makepe. And I want to speak to him. I think you can take off your.
Yeah.
So we see you.
He's shy. No, you know what? Just remove it and then, please,
Oh my
Makepe.
goodness. Makepe is very dramatic.
Yeah. It's getting to his blood now.
Okay. Ooh, there we have it.
And he's sweating now.
There we have it. This is Makepe. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
So, I know that this costume is something that you wear quite a lot whenever needed. Why do you wear this costume? By the way, like, why did you guys make this costume for starters?
For entertainment, we just want to have something that can grasp attention from people, especially kids. Yeah.
Basically for entertainment.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious. Did you ever get to have those moments where they invite you for a party to go and?
This costume is new. It's first time to be seen in media and stuff. Hopefully, we are hoping for more invitations.
Okay, I'm thinking it would be great at a child
Yeah.
party and things like that.
Yeah, parties, conventions, and crusade stuff. We are there.
Has this also helped people then know Makepe more, like for branding and publicity?
Yeah,
purposes?
it helps us a lot because for now we are doing a lot of things, and we have some ice cream that are coming at branded Makepe.
So this has helped people know Makepe.
Yeah,
It's really interesting. Like
it is.
when you were wearing this costume the other day, I was like, what? How is he able to do all of that thing? How do you get to embrace this costume? Like, how do you get in character? I don't know, but how do you just
You have
embrace
to lose yourself and be free.
briefly?
Allow yourself to be in the middle of. You have to portray a character of that person that is there. And it's hard sometimes, but sometimes you'll be they can't sing, but I have to be funny and I have to entertain them so that they can get attention, get closer to get to know you. So okay, you can do this. So you have to be creative. Always think abroad and research and learn more on what is happening in the industry.
Okay. So this costume is just specifically made for Leon. Anyone can wear. So
Anyone
Logic
can
can't
wear.
this.
Anyone can wear
I
it.
mean the measurements.
No, it stretches.
It's
Yes.
It's also the old man. The costume for the old man.
sorry.
There's the costume for the old man. This is my character and the costume for the old man.
There are two costumes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you are hoping for more. Because our TV production has more things that we do. Number one, sound. Every sound of our production is made from the studio. TV, whether it's a talk show, whether it's a short film, we create our own sound. We have puppets that we do. We know some street whereby those are things everything we do from our own studio. We create them. Yeah, he does needly and stuff.
Wow. Again, I would say I think you guys you're really not lazy, because I know how easy it is when you're in production to just get something and then not because other people are lazy, but because you just want quick things.
Yeah.
But I'm also understanding and appreciating to what extent you go in being authentic,
Yeah.
like producing your own beats. You know, so in no way is it really demeaning to say others are lazy, but I think you really know what you want,
Yeah.
and it reflects even in how you just very intentional about creating your sound, which is something I've loved very
Because
much.
when you get someone's way of doing things, you end up losing your what is called a conceptual relevance, whereby your audience relate with what they see or your way of creating things.
Nice. Now, as we're winding up,
And the part I like most about animation is when you do the voiceovers, the voices. Yo, that one is interesting. Because as the director, you have to maybe tell them what to do, show them what they should do.
is that something you find very easy to do, like directing voices?
Yeah. If I say, no, I want an old man, I will demonstrate.
And
do that voice.
sometimes you take a longer time laughing all along what is happening.
And then I said, no, be an old man. I'll change my voice like that. No.
What have you guys found the most interesting being in Zambia? I'll start with you, Leon.
Number one, how you guys eat.
Okay.
You guys eat a lot.
Are you sure? Hey,
we went
wait,
to
wait,
the
too much.
we went to the restaurant. That lady, in Botswana we say you are chasing us when you don't want people to come back. You dish them a lot, and she was like, the dish was like a hill soil. It was a hill soil for me. It was like one spoon was enough and I couldn't finish it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I was like, yo,
You guys don't eat much, right?
In our culture, normally when you grew up, olden days, a man was dished more than us kids, little, and you get used to that and you adapt to that and you are fine, you get satisfied. And if you are men as kids, we get dished into one plate and we eat in that one plate. So we get used to that, but not used to a hill soil food. Yeah.
It's just me having my plate of food. So you found that very interesting.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. It was like, Makepe should have that moment whereby you have to complain that the grandpa is eating a lot. Grandpa, why are you eating a lot? Because we are here, we have to eat.
I think it would be an interesting one, inspired by what you saw in Zambia.
Yeah.
What about you, Logic? What have you found quite interesting about my crazy lovely country?
The people here are friendly. Like Botswana, even though yes, you speak a different language, but people are so friendly. Like when I came here, I would just pick a stranger and then talk to that stranger. And it would be like nice to me, not starting to chicken out.
It's a bit different from Botswana.
No. Yeah, a little bit different. But this side, you guys are too friendly and peaceful. Come on, what's wrong with you people? Why are you so...
Come on, we just love ourselves. We love everyone. Yeah.
Like, it went to the extent of me having to work with almost everyone. Like, I have that baby. Saying, okay, I'll come back. We're not supposed to come back to Zambia.
Because you were here last year.
He was. Yeah, but I wasn't. But now, we're coming back this December. Because we're like, okay, when you're talking about translating Makepe into BMB, everyone was interested. And, I was like, these guys, we have to work with these guys. We have to work something out, something that can benefit them.
Something that will also show us that we're really connected.
Yes,
You know, storytelling has a way of uniting people, just making you feel like you're all from one village, Makepe's village.
Yeah, because the moment you mention Setswana like Dumela, and they're like, ah, from Botswana, my kiri kiri. And you're like, oh, this guy knows our dance. And
Those dancers, you know, my mother loves them so much.
yeah, even Makepe does those dances. You'll see tonight.
Okay.
and people were willing to take us to their own villages. Someone was saying we should go to the copper belt.
And you would be treated like royalty. Trust me, if they took you to the copper belt, you'd be like the king of that small mansion. Yeah.
Maybe that's why they dished us.
A lot of
They
food.
thought, what?
So we're showing that you're welcome.
Yeah.
We'll give you a lot of food.
Yeah.
So we're telling you, say,
Last time we wanted to buy something, and I met a guy and greeted him. Then he was like, your accent, are you from Zimbabwe, South Africa, or Botswana? I said, from Botswana. He was like, from Botswana. What do you want? Then he had to walk with me for the long distance. He was like, can we get water? I was like, I'm fine. I was like, no, I will pay for that. I was like, oh, what the reception?
hope you didn't find it. Hope you didn't feel the need to run away. Say, this guy is being weird.
No,
Love.
there's love and the technology that you are using, Yangu, and you are not used to that. You have to hike and wait for the taxi to come and pick you. But here you just press, and those guys are loving. You talk to you, and, okay, where are you from? And interview you, and you feel like, oh, guys. And ever since we arrived there, we never chased the criminal.
Okay.
You know, the love we got from Zambia, we are even willing to come with our equipment, we're able to have production. For
Please.
free. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too much.
Well, we have to wrap up. I understand you guys have another pending issue in regards to your filmmaking experience thus far, because there's Sotambe happening. So that's what brought you in Zambia initially. That's why you're here.
So Zambia.
Sotambe,
Yeah,
come and watch.
Yeah.
I am guessing you've had a great time.
Yeah.
Okay. And we have come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Logic and Leon, for coming through. I've had a very nice time. So interesting. You know, Makepe just kept making me smile throughout. It was very nice. I think that's the Makepe effect I'm having right now.
Yeah.
As we end this episode, once again, this is what Nkanizatu does. We bring your favorite storytellers. I hope after listening to Leon and Logic, you are now decided to say, this is also one of my favorite storytellers. I can safely say I am in love with the Makepe Tales, and I hope you can check it out as well. And Kanizatu aims to invite creators, writers, producers, authors, artists, cultural experts, enthusiasts, all those people. They come here to share their perspective of the African and Zambian narrative. We aim to project a very, very positive Zambian and African narrative. So we aim to just not want you to watch other content or read content, but have something that is connecting to who you are as a person. And many thanks to Sochen Publishers for empowering this episode. Sochen Publishers, and what they do is that they produce local literature. This literature is promoted and published by them, and all in the name of projecting a positive African narrative. So you do check out Sochen Publishers and things like that if you are that deep into storytelling. My name is Rinah Kasongo. Looking forward to interacting with you. Before you wind up this episode, I mean, before you click to go and watch or read another thing, I mean, listen to another thing, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and let us know what you think about this conversation so that we can do better. Who do you want to have on the podcast next? Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, night, evening, whichever time that you're going to be watching or listening to this. Goodbye.